welcome to The Force Always. I'm Diz, aka David Salmon, with the review of The Acolyte episode 1 and 2 that was on Disney Plus and is available on Disney Plus right now. It's a live action series set about 100 years before in the timeline of The Phantom Menace, which is episode 1. And this is going to be my review. But before I give you my review, just to let you know, I'm going to see Bad Boys later today, and I will be putting up a review of the Bad Boys Ride or Die a bit later today. So just stick around for that if you're interested from a, just a Star Wars kid point of view, an Aussie kid, a kid from Frankston, whatever you like to say. And as Michael from Werribee would say, I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid, just a bit of a coffee right now. But anyway, let's get straight into the review of episode 1 and 2 of The Acolyte. It was good, just not very good. It was okay. 6.9 out of 10 for the 2 episodes combined, even probably in the same episode 1 and 2, I'd probably give 6.9 out of 10 for episode 1 and then episode 2. It was just not riveting stuff. It was storylines we're sort of used to before. The scenery was great. The way it was shot, actually, it was a bit grainy, but it actually gave it an old school look, which is great. The directing of the main young Jedi, the guy with the funky hairdo, sort of brushed this way, sort of dreadlocky. The choice of directing his type of acting that way was a bit too clean cut. He's a great actor. I just thought the direction was not the best. And the choice of costumes for the Jedi in the Jedi headquarters was just a little bit too clean cut, very cosplay. And some of the alien human actors were just a little bit not great in design. Just looked a bit, not real in a unreal universe, which is Star Wars. But it just looked a bit Star Trek-y. And again, nothing against Star Trek, but it just looked a bit Star Trek-y. It was not a riveting storyline. It did keep you there, but just not riveting enough. It sounds, sort of negative on my for this particular 2 episodes. I'm definitely interested. It's definitely good. I'm just not really taken by it. I would have liked it to be much more darker, sinister than it has been presented so far. Maybe it's going to get there. It's okay. It's okay. It's I think the episodes, there's only 4 more weeks of this. It's total 8 episodes. So we've had 2 so far. There's 4 weeks, I'd say 1 episode per week. That's what I think they're going to do. On a Wednesday-ish for in Australia, Melbourne time, it comes about, I think it's about between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. That's when they sort of release it at that time. So far there's it's okay. It's, again, Star Wars is starting behind. It needs to get itself ahead. There's so much things that Star Wars need to catch up on, and they're still not catching up on. I still love Star Wars. I thought the intro roll, sort of the crawl, as we would call it, was okay. It just seemed to be a compromise that you didn't need to do it that way. Just maybe the original way would have been fantastic. I understand they're trying to maybe keep the episodic movies with that sort of thing, keep the side sort of projects with a crawl, but in a different way. I still think it played off a little bit unusual. I like the way the camera choice was. Actually, it gave it a grainy look, a very 80s old school. The scenery, the backgrounds was really good. A little bit Force Awakens, period. even though we're going way back before the Phantom Menace, then you sort of have this Force Awakens, which is pretty much after the Phantom Menace period of timeline period. It was that could be a bit confusing to a non-Star Wars fan. It's definitely interesting, something new, something fun, with not a whole lot of originality. But some of the actors, including this lady here and the lead, I think, Master Jedi, the Asian guy, was fantastic. Just the look, the portrayal, it was very, very good. I just thought the standout, the point that it really takes me out of the actual episode is every time I saw the Jedi with the funky hairdo, which I love the funky hairdo, but it just did not suit this Star Wars sort of thing very well, especially with a clean cut sort of costume and a clean cut type of acting. And I did say clean cut, just for Michael to know over in Werribee. And who is Michael? He's just a long-time fan of this particular show. Anyway, so that's really much my Star Wars, the Acolyte review that's on Disney Plus. There's 4 more weeks of this to go through to see. Wishing it's going to get better and maybe consistent at least. So again, remember, I'm doing a Bad Boys Ride or Die review later on today, my time today, and maybe going to some Star Wars news. If you want to buy the Star Wars Celebration tickets, they are selling, not massively, but they've lots of things have sold out. You can only now buy individual days on particular days. I think this Sunday is available. I think the Friday is available as an adult ticket, but and child tickets are still available. But the 3-day pass, the Jedi Master Pass, and I think Saturday adult is sold out. So if you're going to go to Star Wars in Japan, maybe get onto the Star Wars Celebration site, get yourself those tickets if you can go there. But anyway, till my next episode, which will be Bad Boys Ride or Die review. Until next time, keep rocking.